The Minions are the greatest weapon America has developed since the F-35, dude. The Minions from the movie Despicable Me are a great weapon of cultural imperialism that are awesome in their effect. Now, before we get into it, I'm King Leo. Welcome to the King Leo Show. I have to talk to you guys and say when we use words on this channel like imperialism or regime, they are denotational. We're not throwing around negative connotations, okay? So when I say imperialism, don't think that I'm saying something is bad or good, okay? Today I need to talk to you fellas about the impact of the Minions, the little side characters from the movie Despicable Me, the franchise, and why I think that they are a weapon that has succeeded so well. It could be a psyop, whatever you want to call it, in Latin America. But this video is not just for the Latinos, man. This video is for everyone because everyone can learn here from the Minions and how they were used, okay? Let's get into it. If you've ever seen the Despicable Me movies, I think I saw the first one in school. There's this character played by Steve Carell called Gru, and he has these assistants called the Minions. Now, the Minions are these like round, ovally yellow things that ironically look like maize, like corn, which is a staple in all of Latin America, right? These little creatures are made with huge eyes, tiny appenditures, legs and arms, and they're designed in order to look incredibly cute. And they're designed to elicit the same dopamine reaction in your head from that of seeing a newborn baby. Now, the Minions, for anyone that's not in the Latino world, man, these motherfuckers are everywhere, bro. They are everywhere. In every WhatsApp chat, on every Facebook page, you will see young Latinos and old Latinos alike posting the Minion memes. They dress up the Minions as a priest, as a taco seller, as a captain, as anything, right? And for a few years, I've been a little frustrated with this, and I couldn't really put my finger on it. I was like, why does this bother me? What is wrong with this? And I finally figured it out. My producer helped me figure it out. Look, the Minions are the best psychological weapon employed against Latin America since the Flamin' Hot Cheeto on the part of the United States. These are a great figure. Why? Well, Baudrillardians check in. My Baudrillardians know that we live in the world of signs, right? And in order to really, I don't want to sound like Furious here from Boys in the Hood, but it is Black History Month. If you really want to see people destroy themselves, you replace their sign. That's what you do. You replace their sign. The traditional Latin sign has been, if you're religious, Catholicism, which is still ubiquitous in Latin America. But in the other tradition, especially the 20th century, it's also been leftism, leftist iconography. Think the Che Guevara t-shirt, these types of symbols, right? And so this is the dichotomy. The traditional right has the Catholicism, the left has their icons, whether it be Carlos Fonseca, the FSLN flag, something like that. And what has happened in recent years is that a lot of these signs have been co-opted into Minion iconography. Minions are now dressed up as anything. If you want to make a political statement in Latin America at this point, you might as well make a Minion meme out of it. You might as well make Minion Fidel Castro to recite the Fidel Castro "History Will Absolve Me" speech, because that would be more effective than playing the original Fidel Castro at this point. Why is this the case? Well, I think the Minions were cooked up in a lab, dude. They were cooked up in a lab with a lot of foresight and thought, where they said, look, we have to make them cute. We have to make them relatable. Yellow is a color of caution. It's the color of corn. This is very, very, it's within the frameworks of the Latin mind. Corn is everywhere in Latin America, okay? And in addition to that, you have to think about the language that the Minions speak in the Minions movie, man. They speak Minionese, I think it's called, which is a mix of French and Spanish. You'll hear Spanish thrown in every once in a while. And so it's a romance language, meme language, okay? This is naturally infectious to anyone, man. If you hear something that sounds like something that you already speak, I'm sure polyglots everywhere can relate. Like when I'm in Italy, and I hear these Italians speaking Italian, I'm like, oh shit. And you notice that some of these words bleed into your misunderstanding, right? To your understanding. I learned French as a kid. My first language is Spanish. And for a long time, I used to say, in Spanish we say fábrica for factory, but for a while I said usina. which doesn't exist, but it comes from the French, because in French they say usine for a factory. And so these bits of confusion start to happen in different ways of languages. This can also happen to you. This happens to me in English, dude. I'll say a word in Spanish. Sometimes you find out it's a real word in English, like rancor. I didn't know rancor was a real word. So when we hear languages that are related, or we speak multiple languages, we subtly adopt them, and they are able to really infect our mind, infect our brain, okay? And that's why you'll see a lot of like Latinos will be like, oh, banana, or something like that, when they see a Minion image, because they speak para tú. They speak a very Spanish-like language, okay? It's a Romance language, and I think the reason it doesn't really have this effect on the former French colonies, I don't think, is I've only seen this in Latin America, is because it sounds a lot more like Spanish than it does to French, okay? That maybe it's just a product of where it was made, but you have that kufi on type, man. You might think that maybe they made this in a lab, okay? This is, I want to throw in this, man. I remember when the Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie came out, Eva Longoria, who's one of the top coons in in America, okay? She doesn't even speak Spanish. She's always shucking and jiving for the man. Sandra Bullock did more for the Latino community than Eva Longoria has ever done, putting that aside. Eva Longoria's movie, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I was always suspicious of it, because I knew that the story of the janitor inventing Hot Cheetos had to be fake. How did I know that? I knew that because Hot Cheetos have become a fixture in particularly Central American culture, okay? And it is not a coincidence that since Hot Cheetos have been developed, obesity has been on the rise in Latin America, okay? And so when we look at Hot Cheetos and we give it this story of like it was made by you, it makes it more acceptable. It makes it seem like, oh, I'm not supporting Frito-Lay. I'm supporting some Mexican janitor. And Eva Longoria making this movie, which thankfully had a horrible reception, is playing into that, right? We are all watching this and going, okay, this is no longer true. I don't have to eat the hot Cheeto because it was all based on a lie. People do this all the time, man. I'm not shitting on America here. I'm not saying America did anything wrong. This is so smart, and anyone should do this. Baudrillardians, you should do this in your regular life. Always seek, this is a lesson from this, always seek to replace a sign in order to get more control, okay? The Minions have replaced the icons, and they will over time even more. They will secularize Latin America from its leftism, from its Catholicism. In my view, it's highly possible, man, because people are going to find it much more cute to put up an icon of a Minion and then the Virgin Mary, okay? And this is just the way the world works. There's no reason to be angry about it. There's nothing to do. And you can't really fight it. All you can do is try to replace a sign yourself. Now, that's a very difficult prospect, and I'm not going to tell you how to do that. You have to subscribe to the Patreon for that. But it's important to navigate the world understanding, as Baudrillard did, that we live in a world of signs and a world of symbols. And don't fall... The lesson here is, do not fall for the sign. You know, always question it. Always deconstruct. Always be looking to see what is the actual reason that this is being promoted, okay? Not to get too Foucault here, but everything is a function of power. You think that something isn't a function of power? Look into any truth claim, and it is. There is not one that is not, man. And that'll help you lead a better life. Okay, I'm sure Hot Cheetos, man, I'm sure that acid reflux and obesity rates are high all across Latin America because of Hot Cheetos. I never ate them because I was always like, man, this is fake. This is not a real story. This can't be true. You know, but I'm still a victim of science. Everyone is. It's impossible to escape in the world of science. So, for my Baudrillardians out there, man, that's my take on the Minions. I think that the Minions are a great cultural weapon that will lead to further domination of every country south of the border over the long term. And we should not be angry at it, man. We should take a note from Spengler, and we should just look at this. And I don't care if you're... Dude, it doesn't matter if you're left or right, man. You can learn from all these people. I've read Derrida, I've read Spengler. And with Spengler, man, he says, you know, in Decline of the West, you just got to sit back and watch it with some dignity. You know, don't fall into it. Don't get sucked into the reel. I know that's tempting. Don't ever get sucked into the reel. And just enjoy it. Watch how people fall for the sign. But you yourself can become insulated from it. You can, I mean, think of all the new signs that are being made all the time. Dude, raw milk is one that's coming out of this administration. Is that good? Is it bad? I don't know. But we should deconstruct where this actually comes from before we make any decision. You live in a world of illusions. Why not peek behind the curtain? With that, everybody, prove you're not a bot. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's literally free, and if you don't do it, you're a bot. Join us on the channel, get a channel membership, join us on the Patreon to get the King Leo Movie Club, and join our Discord, which is free. All the links are in the description below, and I will see you guys next week, or tomorrow, actually.